Hello, everybody.
Hi, welcome.
We're just going to wait a few more seconds until we start. I hope that wherever you guys are in this world, it's not too warm these days, or you have AC. Again, welcome to the ones that just joined. We're just going to wait a few more seconds and we'll get going. Okay, Sandra, shall we?
Yeah, I'm ready. I think we can go now.
Okay, I see that there's still a few numbers joining every second. So let's give it 10, 15 seconds and we go. Perfect. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining the HiJiffy Hotel Kit webinar today. Very quickly also to explain a little bit on what you can expect in the next 30 minutes. We're very briefly going to explain what is HiJiffy and Hotel Kit and what are the features and the services we offer. We're then going straight into a live demo where we will explain the connectivity between the two tools and also the API connection. As a third pillar, we're going to talk about how to maximize WhatsApp for maintenance and room service. And last but not least, we're going to talk about operational excellence through repairs and guest request tools. Very quickly, so you're also very aware of whom you're talking to. I'm going to introduce myself, and Sandra is going to introduce herself as well. My name is Elisabeth Maier. I'm from Austria. I'm the senior country lead at HiJiffy for the DACH region. Very quick background. I've been in hospitality all my life through my parents working in this industry, doing hospitality school, and then working in all kinds of departments in hotels. And since 10 years, I've decided to help more than one hotel or one brand and joining hotel tech companies. Sandra, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Of course, thank you. Hi, and welcome again also from my side. My name is Sandra Hettegger. I'm also from Austria. And at HotelKit, I'm responsible for sales coaching, strategy, and also partnership management. I'm actually with the company already for quite some time now, for more than 9 years. And for that, I was also studying innovation management in tourism part-time. And at the same time, I was gaining such as early hands-on experience in the hospitality industry while working mainly in front office, guest relations, and at the F&B department. And for today's webinar, I would say it's a pleasure to be part of it since the integration with HiJiffy is working extremely well, and we have quite some mutual customers who are already benefiting from the integration. So I'm looking forward to sharing with you the benefits today.
Thank you so much, Sandra. I'm very excited as well to finally show what we can do and create together. I have the pleasure to start today to explain very briefly what HiJiffy really is. And if I can put it in my own words, it's really all about the right message at the right time on the right channel. So it doesn't really matter on which channels that you communicate with your guest or the guest communicate with the hotel. It can be WhatsApp, OTAs like Booking, Expedia, social media, website, email, phone, whatever it is. HiJiffy has built a conversational AI specifically for the hospitality industry in order to improve guest experience, increase direct bookings, and also increase upselling. Thank you for the question. We will work on them straight after. To really go into much more depth, this slide explains really, really well what HiJiffy does. HiJiffy does guest communication on the full guest journey. What does it mean, the full guest journey? It means from the moment of the booking until arrival, during the stay, on departure, and after stay. So with HiJiffy, no questions from guests 24/7 in 130 languages are unanswered. No matter if the reception is open, if you even have a reception, or if it's after work times. In 130 languages, 24/7, you'll have a booking assist on the first part, and then also a digital concierge. So very, very concretely, what does that mean? That means, sorry, I'm just going to check really quickly. Wir haben keinen Ton. You guys don't have a, okay, that's very interesting. Can anybody hear us?
Okay.
I can.
Yes.
Okay. So anybody let us know since when you hear us, or should we go a slide back maybe? If somebody could answer that in the question, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. From the start.
Okay. Alles gut, wir hatten Untertitel. Okay, I'm just going to explain this one quickly. So it's HiJiffy is doing guest communication on the full guest journey. So that means from the moment of the booking until after the stay. Very concretely, what we do, we unify all the different channels where guests might answer a question during booking. So no matter if it's, as we can see here, OTAs like Booking.com, Expedia, Airbnb, or social media, or email, or on their own website through a chat widget placed on the homepage. So basically, instead of the receptionist, central reservation team, or whoever having many, many tabs open, we unify everything into one inbox, and we put the AI on top of that inbox. We're using large language models of ChatGPT and Gemini, and we use obviously the information of the hotel as a base of truth and source of truth. And then on all those different channels, there will be different questions answered through the AI. But that's not all. So all these repetitive questions, what time is the check-in? Is there a parking? Do you have a e-car charging station? And so on, will be answered. So finally, the reception can focus on the guests on site, and they don't have to be answering those, let's say, boring, repetitive questions again. What also is very, very beautiful, you can book through the chat. So no matter if you're on Instagram scrolling on a Saturday night and you ask a question if you can bring your dog, you can directly also book and we link to the booking engine. You can also show pop-up campaigns for seasonal campaigns on the website, and we also generate leads for the ones that ask questions, but they don't actually buy. So that's all about the booking assistant. What is the benefit of this? First of all, it's a much better guest experience. People nowadays, they want to get answers instantly. They don't want to wait. So the hotel typically always runs the danger of then going to the OTA to book, because millions of hotels are the same on Booking.com. Then the hotelier has to pay the commission, or they go and book in another hotel, and that's worst case. So it's all about direct bookings and guest experience in this first part of the booking channel. Then we go to the second part, and I'm just quickly going in the pointer because that will be the first part of the booking. Centralized inbox, FAQ automation. If we go to the second part, what happens at arrival? So we have over 130 PMS integration as we work with over 3,000 hotels in 65 countries. So we get all the guest data from the BMS system directly, and therefore we can also send welcome messages, digital check-ins, loyalty program promotions. We can deal with in-house requests, which we will see in a second together with Sandra. We can do upsell campaigns. By the way, 22% more in revenue and upsells is what we have measured with our hotels just by using the right channel on the right time. Satisfaction service, guest review campaigns. I don't want to go into much depth, but at the end of the day, it's all about communicating on the right channel in the right moments, and the right message with the person and with the guest. So here also what we have is super interesting. It's all about WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is a very simple statistic. So in Europe, WhatsApp has an opening rate between 93 and 98%. That's actually opened roughly within the first 3 minutes of delivery. So compare that on email. Email is roughly opened around 20%, and I'm talking about private emails. And the speed of this is within hours and days. So that already shows the power of WhatsApp pretty much. So as I said, during the booking, everything will be automated to improve guest experience in direct bookings. And then during the stay, the hotel decides what their priority is. No matter if it's the digital check-in, or if it is a guest review, or if it's upsell, we can set those messages and send it out on WhatsApp. Nevertheless, also in this phase, and questions are still answered, right? And also questions towards maintenance and housekeeping. And that's where I want to hand over to you, Sandra, because after your introduction, we will show exactly how this looks like for the guests.
That's great. Thank you, Ellie. So what's HotelKit now? I'll try to explain in a nutshell. So we consider ourselves as the central digital platform that connects your entire hotel team, which means that all your employees, they can communicate, share information, and also manage their daily operations very efficiently via our platform. This might be maintenance requests that are created, housekeeping updates, maybe shift handovers that are forwarded to the colleagues. And you have to imagine that instead of using the typical fragmented tools and channels such as WhatsApp messages, phone calls, Excel lists, so everything that you're now using for your internal communication and collaboration, that can be eliminated or at least significantly reduced by bringing all together on one central platform. And what makes us really special is that HotelKit is built by a hotelier. And nowadays we have already more than 4,000 hotels that are using our system on a daily basis in around 85 countries. I'll explain now a little bit more in detail what we are offering. So within our platform, you have 4 products available. They can be all implemented individually as standalone products or also fully integrated into one single platform. The first one is team collaboration. Team collaboration is all about improving internal communication. You can share information, tasks, repairs, and shift handovers in one central feed. Then the second product is our housekeeping tool. By creating here a two-way interface with your PMS system, we can automate basically the 2 core processes of your housekeeping department, which are the daily room and cleaning assignment and the automatic room status updates. Your room attendants, so your housekeeping team, they would receive their cleaning list on our app. And with one click, they can assign rooms as clean inspected in real time. And this information goes then obviously back to the PMS system. Then the third product is our facility management tool. This is kind of your advanced solution for your engineering team. So here we help your maintenance team to manage your assets, all the equipment, machinery that you have in your hotel. And you can also automate your preventive maintenance schedules. Our newest tool is the Knowledge AI. And this helps your employees to get instant answers from your hotel knowledge base. So all your SOPs, manuals that you have uploaded in our handbook, they can be accessed by the Knowledge AI. So your employees, they would simply ask a question and immediately get the right answer. All right, that's it from my side. Ellie, I would say we will move on now and explain a little bit more about our integration.
Very happy. Thank you so much for introduction, Sandra. Super exciting also with your new products. Soon hoteliers don't have to work anymore because AI will have take over everything. That was a 1 second. I'm going back to this one. Okay, so what we're going to show now, so very also for as an introduction, is exactly how HiJiffy and hotelkit work together. So I'm just going to show one of our demo hotels here where we show the chat widget. But it's very important to understand that no matter on which channel the guest communicates, this is exactly the flow that will happen. Just for information, also you can place this in a color and on the website wherever you want. It's personalizable. If I open, I get a message which is also personalizable. Basically, hi, I'm your virtual concierge. How can I help you during your stay? Then all I can do is say, for example, clean my room. So the AI would then go ahead, say, I can certainly help with that request. Tap the button below to confirm your request, and I'll notify our housekeeping team right away. I click on housekeeping request. This could also be on WhatsApp. In this case, I'm showing the chat widget. It will ask me for my name. I'm going to put in my name. As a second one, could you please identify your room number? I will say it's 110 in this case. And then what can I help you today? Please come and clean my room. Thank you for your inquiry. Please confirm your request. I confirm. I don't want to add anything. What happens right now is basically that this will be automatically pushed to hotelkit. Just very quickly also for you to see, this was a housekeeping request, but it could also be my AC is not working, which would be very horrible in on hot days like these, right? I'm sorry to hear that. Tap below to report the issue and we'll have our maintenance team get back to you shortly. Report issue. And we have the same flow. My name is Elisabeth Maier. My AC is not working. And I am now in room number 111. AC not working. It's just about getting giving so much detail. That's why the chatbot asks again. And that will be then pushed to either the housekeeping or the maintenance team on the hotel kit side. So maybe Sandra, would you like to share what's happening in the hotel kit platform?
Definitely. I will share now how the employees will receive the requests on our platform. Okay, so here we are in one of our demo versions. It's the Avenna Hotel London. I'm logged in with John Doe. And this part of specific groups, I'm just receive all the requests that got now from HiJiffy. And what you can see here, notifications. So right now, as I said, I'm in the browser version. Of course, all the employees can have it also on their phone via the hotelkit app and get the push notification directly. Here we will gonna look at the notification bell, and we can see that we have just received 2 requests. One is about housekeeping, one is about the maintenance team. And what makes it really special is that these requests is not routed to one centralized person who has to then manually delegate the requests to the responsible department team, but within hotelkit, it's directly forwarded to the team department in charge. In this case, it's a housekeeping request, so it obviously goes directly to the housekeeping team. Now I have all the information that was forwarded by Ellie to HiJiffy, and I can see that it's the room 110, and I've got also the description which says, please come and clean my room. So down here you have the typical hotelkit options with the comment function. In this case, I could also involve other people in the conversation or tag specific colleague within my team and say, for example, Matthew, could you please take over, something like this. And whenever I have resolved the issue, with one click, I can say resolved. And this information is then pushed back into HiJiffy. So also there in the system, everyone knows that this request has been taken care of. And the same thing goes for the maintenance request. Can leave this. So also here, maintenance team, they would probably get a push notification on their smartphone saying there is a new maintenance request. They're gonna open it. They can see on the room it is concerning. And again, the description, what's the problem here? It is about the AC who's not working. And then it's the same concept. As soon as it has been taken care of, I would click on resolve, and this is how it can be completed from our side. So again, maybe to quickly summarize the main benefit of the integration via our tool, which is actually how should I say, integrated part of the daily routine of your employees, because everyone is logging into the system on a daily basis to get all the information that they need to complete their tasks, to forward housekeeping updates. So they are in the system anyways, they are logged in anyways, and then they don't have to log into an additional tool, but they would directly receive the request in their working tool, which is hotelkit, and they have all the information that they need. And as I mentioned already before and highlighted before, is routed directly to the team department in charge.
Nice, and thank you so much,
Okay.
Sandra. And really, I wanna highlight this as well. Hotels nowadays, they use so many different tools, right? And they're not working together, and that can be an issue at the end of the day again. So here we're just showing how well and smooth all of this works together. So not only the guest gets the right message at the right time, but also maintenance, housekeeping, internally, the people get the right message at the right time, and it's pushed to the most relevant person. So to wrap up the topic about WhatsApp, so we also still have time for some Q&A, as I see some questions flying in. So how do we maximize WhatsApp for maintenance and room service? So some of the results that we've seen with the hotels that we work with is 90% of the in-stay guest queries automated via WhatsApp. So this is eliminating repetitive front desk traffic. So we can focus on the human being on site instead of doing admin. Then it's also what we've seen is 80% WhatsApp campaign opening rates, which is actually under the European average, right? But it's still 3 times higher than email industry average, right? Also, 92% guest satisfaction score with the WhatsApp service. People love to get information and get the right information and the relevant information on the right time and date. So they are very happy because after sending a WhatsApp message, the guests can actually review with thumbs up and down and 1 to 10 if they liked this message and if it was relevant to them. And also, we have 36% upsell conversion rate via WhatsApp on in-stay campaigns. So if we sell spa treatments or bike rentals with WhatsApp, naturally, without changing anything within your offer, just because you're using WhatsApp and more people see it, you have much more conversion. It's very obvious. And also, we have a 70% reduction in incoming calls. We've seen that certain generations nowadays, they don't want to call, they just want to have their answers instantly and right now. So if you have and all the channels automatic AI answers, then you have much less calls and a huge reduction in calls actually coming in. Sandra?
Yes, I will continue and explain a little bit also the impact hotelkit has on your daily operations. So at the end, it's all about helping your team to work more efficiently, I would say, and as a consequence, of course, provide a better guest experience. And here we've got some numbers and also KPIs from our customers. The first one is the Radisson Blu Dubai Greek. Here we can see that their engineering team completes an average of 36 repairs every hour. And a very similar example is the Mandala Berlin. where 72% of all repair requests are completed within 24 hours. And I would say these are very good examples that show that if the repair request is routed directly to the responsible department, the requests can be completed way more faster than if I have to delegate them manually. Another big advantage is that while tracking the requests from the moment of its creation to the moment of its resolved date, you can gain full visibility. And this is also what the Ruby hotels, for example, have achieved, 100% transparency across all the work orders. And last but not least, it's not all about maintenance. In HotelKit, we are also managing guest requests. And here we have an example at the Radisson Chongqing, where they create on average 1,200 guest requests in 3 months. And the great thing here is that nothing gets overlooked anymore, and the responsible team members, they can complete the requests as soon as possible. So these have been just a few insights. Since there were quite some questions popping in, I think, Ellie, we should spend the last minutes to answer some of them at least, right?
Exactly. All right. Where do we start, Sandra?
Good question.
Okay, now we start in the first one, maybe. I'm just going to read it out loudly. So your app asks as an interface between our PMS and WhatsApp. Do you have such interface with host PMS? Oh, sorry. Yes, I have answered also in written. We have a connection with host PMS as well. Do I see correctly that it is being pushed through to handover? It is not possible to push it directly under the maintenance and guest request tab in HotelKit from Amy.
Yeah, so currently you're correct. It's been pushed through handovers, but we are already working on creating direct maintenance and guest requests. So I guess in the future it will make it even more efficient when you have direct requests created. But at the moment, it's, as you have seen, created as a handover, but pushed forward directly to the department in charge.
Exactly. Then we have Fiona asking, sorry, I missed where the guest request goes, but I think this previous answer just answered that. Maybe you want to...
I think so too, exactly. It goes to handovers.
We have Carl asking, how much does this integration cost?
From our side, it's free of charge. I guess, Ellie, from your side.
Exactly. We don't charge for the integration. We serve our hoteliers and we create more and more integration, but we don't charge for them. Fiona had another question. Does the system cross-check Opera against the name and room number? So Fiona, very good question, because it always depends a bit on the depth of the integration. But with the main ones, we actually can. And if it's something that a client would like to do, we can also extend the API integration. So most of the time with the most common PMS systems, this should be possible. How easy is it to guide to guests to use HiJiffy in stay? From Anthony. Anthony, it's very easy because in stay, meaning that we actively push messages on WhatsApp, SMS, and email to clients. It's very easy because basically they get a message on WhatsApp and they can reply there. If they haven't received the message yet, they can go on the hotel website, click on the WhatsApp button, or ask the question directly on the chat widget or on Instagram chat, wherever they are, really. I hope that answers the question. Sandra, we have Quentin also.
I think it's also a very similar question to the one that we had before. If we will fully integrate in the future the housekeeping requests in the housekeeping tool. At the moment, we are working on pushing it directly as guest requests and repair requests, so maintenance issues. And as a next step, it could also be listed in the housekeeping list itself. But since the guest requests are rather requests that are coming up during the stay in our tool, I think the most efficient solution will be the one where you can have guest requests automatically created.
Nice, thank you, Sandra. So we have a few more questions. I don't know, we're a bit over time. I don't know if we should answer them still or if we should come back via email. Well, we can read Anthony to what are those numbers benchmarked? So to what are those numbers benchmarked? Could you be more specific? And then we answer this one, please, Anthony. Then we have one from Lal Kumar. How can we integrate Opera PMS on-premise? So we can integrate that as well. So there's so many different ways. So first of all, you can integrate via API, and you can also integrate via automated CSV file that is sent automatically to an email address and then uploaded to our system. Mohammed asked, how can we see our KPIs in our reports on HotelKit? Sandra, maybe you want to go ahead?
Yeah, of course. Maybe I can answer the question a little bit more in detail after the call. But in general, we have statistics for all the operational tools, directly in the tool. So you can extract automized statistics where you can see your KPIs, and you can also pull out all your numbers into an Excel file if you want to do any further evaluations. But the main answer would be the automated statistics and reports that we have within the tool.
Very good. Then we have Nick, I think is the next one, right? In which hotel is the system live already? Do they have host? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Host PMS probably. I don't have it on top of my mind, but we work with host PMS properties. Then we have Dimitri. How does the system decide which department to transfer the inquiry? For example, if the guest asks to refill the water in the room, does not know whether it's housekeeping or room service. So this can be defined beforehand what falls under what. François, we have eStay Concierge. Does HiJiffy integrate with this? I have not heard of eStay Concierge, but I'll definitely have a look at it right now, actually. Maybe we go to the next question. Petra, do you have an interface with Opera Cloud PMS? I can already answer this. Yes, we do. Fiona, do you have a timeline as to when it will go into the guest requests? Sandra, I don't know.
It's still planned for this year. I can't name any certain date yet, but should go live this year.
Then Anthony, we have one more. The numbers of the number of tickets treated that were shown. Do you have the numbers before they used HotelKit?
I can, Anthony, also share the success stories with you. Before, instead of creating the tickets in HotelKit, they were handling everything manually. So it was mainly phone calls, paper notes, etc. So there are probably not tracked statistics about how many requests they were creating before. But in the success story, we have further information. So I can share this with you afterwards.
Okay, so thank you so much, everybody, for the questions. Thank you, everybody, for your time and for participating. Thank you, Sandra, for being the best co-host for this webinar, and I hope you liked it. Just for your information as well, you will get a follow-up email from us with a lot of information and the presentation. And yeah. If you'd like to know more about HiJiffy or HotelKit, maybe Sandra, you want to say a few words? We're here to help and explain and answer any questions.
I actually just wanted to say thank you as well for inviting us to this webinar. It was very interesting, and thank you as well to everyone who has participated and for all the questions that you have asked. If there was any question we haven't covered in this webinar, we will take a look at them afterwards and we will reach out to you individually. And yeah, as Ellie already said, if you have any further questions, you can always reach out to us directly.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.